I decided to return to Once Human. This is a multiplayer, open-world, third-person, looter-shooter survival MMO. Yeah, that's a mouthful. It's basically a combination of The Division for its third-person shooting, shared world, and looter-shooter mechanics, and DayZ for its survival and base-building elements. I originally played the game for about 6 hours. I never thought it was bad. I just thought it was way too easy. If I wanted to burn time, I'd work out more. In my games, I want a challenge. Then I found out the game introduced hardcore servers, which I completely missed. So now, I'm back. Hardcore servers ramp up the difficulty with tougher enemies, stricter survival mechanics, and more dangerous world events, hopefully making every decision more impactful. Let me break the game down in more detail, and then I'll share my renewed first impression. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world with eldritch horror elements, meaning everything is strange, mutated, and humans are very dead. Well, most of them. You need to build a base, unlock blueprints for better technology, find loot, and grow stronger to survive. Your typical survival game loop, but with looter-shooter mechanics mixed in. There's even some exotic-style gear, and you can combine different pieces to create proper builds. With a mix of exotic weapons, mods, and deviant abilities, you can create unique builds that fit your playstyle, whether focusing on ranged combat, melee, or survival tactics. There is a story, but I'm not paying much attention to it. I'm just not playing this for the narrative. Still, it adds some depth to the world, and the questline serves as a guide to help you progress. Everything is in third person. The combat feels like Remnant from the Ashes, if it weren't a Souls-like but more of an action MMO. There's shooting, dodging, and melee combat, but it leans more into fast-paced action rather than slow, methodical fights. The world is filled with enemy camps and strongholds, which you can raid for resources and loot. Then there are world bosses and elite enemies, providing more significant challenges. The world also features large-scale dynamic events, from mutant outbreaks to faction conflicts over key resources, keeping the world active and ever-changing. A key mechanic is Deviants. These appear as world bosses, but you can also capture them. Deviants aren't just enemies. You can capture and train them, using them for combat abilities or to automate resource gathering. They add a layer of strategy, whether you want extra firepower in fights or need them to handle resource production at your base. The game is fully multiplayer, letting you team up for dungeons, tackle bosses, or even engage in PvP skirmishes over territory and loot. You can cooperate with others to take down powerful enemies or raid other players' bases if you're looking for PvP action. Overall, everything works well. The building, crafting, and combat all feel smooth. The game looks good, and the eldritch horror designs are unique. If you enjoy survival games, everything will feel familiar, but the added looter-shooter mechanics give it more depth. I do hear that the PvP is not great. However, I'm not playing that anyway. My issue before was that after 6 hours, it felt like I was just filling time. I know the endgame was more challenging even at launch, but I didn't want to grind 30 to 40 hours just to reach the good stuff. Obviously, it's too soon for a final verdict, but so far, the hardcore mode makes it feel like a different game. I've already died once, and yeah, I was a bit stupid, but still, I never died in my first 6 hours before. Now I'm actually using food and water, and while it's still not super hard, the increased difficulty makes the game way more enjoyable. I'm looking forward to playing more and seeing if this change improves the entire experience. That's it for my Once Human video. If you like short, to-the-point videos that don't waste your time, please consider liking and subscribing. Regardless, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.